Hi BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. Today I am coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. This is for week 26, and it runs from June 22nd to June 28th, of course, of 2020. So as I like to start off these vlogs, I did this last week and I really liked it. I'm going to do it again this week, is I want to share with you guys all the books that I hope to get to this week. Not necessarily finish them all, but I want to get to them. So I thought I would talk about them really quick, and yeah, and then this will be the start to the vlog, because I am not going to finish reading anything today, so I won't have any actual reading update for today. So first off, I am keeping track of this now. I actually hope to finish 8 of the books I'm going to talk about. And of those 8, 3 of them are NetGalley reads. I'm now keeping track of that because I want to see how many NetGalley books I'm reading every week, because I'm really trying to knock that list down as much as possible. If you saw my my TBR for July, you know I have a ton of NetGalley reads on my TBR for July. So I am trying to get that list down substantially. So first of all, I'll start off with the 2 books that I've already started. The first one is Love at First Like by Hannah Orenstein. This is a standalone, and I'm listening to it on audio. And it's okay. So far, essentially what it's about is our main character, whose name I am drawing a blank on. I want to say it's Eliza. I could be wrong. But her and her sister run a jewelry shop in Brooklyn, New York. And she finds something out one night that her ex-boyfriend is now engaged to somebody else. So to make herself feel better, she takes pictures of her own hand with an engagement ring on it and then mocks up an Instagram post and then saves it. Like, she doesn't post it, she saves it. Well, she accidentally posts it. And now all of a sudden their business is getting all these hits and all these follows and all this new business. And she's getting interviewed for magazines, and now she has to come up with a fake fiance. So that's pretty much the course of the story. I'm just finding it a little... It's really silly. Let's be realistic. Like, for one, to do that by accident just seems weird. And then why not just say, you know, admit your mistake? I don't know. I'm not loving it so far. I'm about 4 hours into it. It's about 9 hours long, so I'm not quite halfway through it yet. I plan on finishing it tomorrow, so I'll definitely give you guys my final thoughts tomorrow. And the other one that I just started, I'm only a chapter in, is One Summer in Santorini by Sandy Baker. This is the first book in the Holidays in Love series, I think. And so far, this one is delightful. So it's about our main character, Sarah, and she just suffered a bad breakup with her ex, Neil, and she is treating herself to a 10-day yacht cruise through the Greek islands, of course, including Santorini. And in the first chapter, she's at her sister. So she's going from, the author of this series is Australian. So she's left Melbourne, Australia, and she is headed to London, England. And then from there, she's going to take another plane to Greece. So she's kind of got to stop over at her sister. So she's just now met up with her sister. They're kind of hashing out what's going on and what have you. And she's about to leave for her cruise, and it just sounds so good. The cover of this book makes me so happy. And the rest of the series, I have the rest of the series from NetGalley as well. So I do plan on getting to them soon, but I want to get to this one first. And I'm going to look to see if I can pick all of these up. If I do really enjoy them, to pick them all up maybe from Book Depository. Because I would love the whole collection, like, physically for my shelves, because they're just delightful to look at. So the rest of the ones that I hope to get to this week is Always the Last to Know by Kristan Higgins. This is her newest one. This is another NetGalley read. And I'm so looking forward to this one. I cannot wait, and I need to get to it. It'll be super fantastic. And another NetGalley read that I have is Summer at Lake Haven by Rayanne Thayne. I believe this is part of the Haven Point series, but I'm not absolutely certain exactly what number it is. But of course, I'll let you guys know that when I get to it and when I review it. And Puppy Love by Lucy Gilmore. This was part of my series. Was it my series catch-up? No, this one was part of my TBR tackle for the month of June, to read books that are sitting on my TBR. And it's the first in the series, and it looks delightful. I also have Dear Sister by Francine Pascal, book, I think, 7 in the Sweet Valley High series. The Daddy Quest by Laurie Handeland. This is another No, this is a series one. This is one of the series books from June that I'm working my way through this series. I believe this is the first book. Because I think no, is this the second book? No, I think The Farmer's Wife was the first book, and now this is the second book. And then another NetGalley book that I cannot wait to read, I'm so excited about, is The Waffle House on the Pier by Tilly Tennant. I cannot believe I've waited this long in the month to read this one, but I do randomize my TBR, so I have my full TBR, and then I will randomize what book I'm going to read next. I do put a list together now for the whole week of how much I'm going to read every day and what I want to get through. But this one, and just sadly, fell to the bottom of the month, and I believe it's already been released. And I know Chloe from Always Booked read it, and she really liked it. And I'm a big fan of Tilly Tennant, so I cannot wait to read this one. And then I have the last two books I want to talk about are both books from Nancy Drew series. And we have The Message in the Hollow Oak by Carolyn Keene, which is from the original series, the one with the yellow covers. And then 2 Points to Murder, of course, by Carolyn Keene, and this was the series from the 80s. So, a lot of books. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books I just shared with you guys, but I'm hoping to finish at least 8 of them. 8 out of the 10 is my goal. And 3 of those 8 are going to be those NetGalley books. They usually try and usually prioritize those. I try to. It doesn't always happen. So yeah, so that's all I really have for the beginning of this vlog, you guys. This week is going to be interesting. I start my job tomorrow on Tuesday, so of course I'll update you guys how that's going as the week goes on. It's only training this week, so I only actually have 9 hours to work this week. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 hours each a day, which is fine. It's kind of a nice ease into the new job. And then on Thursday, I'll get my schedule for the next week, which should be between 25 and 30 hours. So that's much more what I will be used to, but still considered part-time. So yeah, but that'll be really good. But I'll update you guys as the week goes on. So I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.
Well, this almost never happens. We have Mr. Gorin and Mr. Bernard together on the bed. They're having naps, and I am disturbing their naps. Right, Gorgor? The window's open, and they are happy cats. Bernard. Oh, I'm sorry. You are the handsome one? Yes, you are. Oh, yep, okay. Time to go back for your nap. Enjoy.
Hi guys, happy Tuesday. It is the 23rd of June, and it is about 1:30 in the afternoon. So, normal angle, but I've actually got the camera propped on the windowsill. So let's see how this works. I was trying to hold it originally, and it wasn't working as well. So yeah, I got my laptop here. I'm sitting at my table. But I'm feeling lazy and didn't feel like pulling out all the books stacked like I normally would to put the camera up. So it is raining out right now. We're getting some thunderstorms, which is kind of nice. The grass really needs it. It was like a horrible yellow color. So Gordon is behind me. You can probably just see him over my shoulder right there on the couch. I got some video earlier today of Bernard. As he hasn't been in a video in a few weeks. So I thought he needed to make an appearance in the video, or in one of these vlogs, I should say. So work-wise, like I said, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. From what I talked about yesterday, I should have been at work right now. But what happened is not long after I shot that video, I got an email from my new manager, and they are setting up the call center. So there's going to be like a whole call center area that me and the other girl that they hired, along with other people later on, are going to be sitting. And it's not quite finished yet. She wants it all done before we come in, which is totally understandable, and I absolutely get it. So she messaged me saying she's really, really sorry, but I'm starting Thursday. So I'll be working Thursday, Friday this week. And then on Friday, I'll find out my schedule for next week. So that's good. They said it's going to be between 25 and 30 hours every week for the next little while, month or so. So that's fine by me. Like I said already, a nice ease in back to work. But I'll let you guys know what it was like when I start. So, reading wise, so I came here with an update today. I finished a book earlier. I finished listening to Love at First Like by Hannah Orenstein. This is a standalone. I did buy a copy of this for the Kindle. It was on sale. It was one of the daily deals, and the cover looked cute. That whole cartoony illustrated cover kind of drew me in. And I did not like this one, you guys. I gave it 2.5 stars, but I am not the only one who thinks this. When I looked on Goodreads, a lot of people, like after I finished the book, a lot of other people rated it quite low as well. My main issue with this story is that I couldn't stand the female lead in this. Oh my gosh. Eliza, she was just she was so full of herself, and it was all about her. So the premise of this story is that she finds out that her ex-boyfriend is engaged to be married. And she found out on Instagram. And her and her sister Sophie run a jewelry store in Brooklyn, New York. And when she gets upset about something, she goes and she takes one of the rings from their collection and she takes a picture pretending it's her engagement ring and does this whole fake Instagram post, but then saves the post. She doesn't actually post it. So this night that she finds out that her ex-boyfriend is engaged, she accidentally posts this post. And that just made me laugh, because if you guys have ever seen, there's certain memes going around or went around about these people who would like get all dolled up and they're like, oh, I totally didn't mean to post this to Instagram. And there's like a 5-step process you have to go through to post something on Instagram. It's not like it's a click of a button and it's like an oops, I didn't realize I did this. And it's the same thing. And she's like, oh, I didn't realize I posted it and it should have just saved. I don't even know how to save a draft on Instagram. If anyone knows, please let me know, because I'm just curious, but I have no idea even how to do that. So anyway, that's supposedly what happened, and that she accidentally posted this post that she's engaged. So then all of a sudden their Instagram followers skyrocket, and they start making all these extra sales and things like that. So she decides to continue with the ruse, but she doesn't even have a boyfriend. So the whole plot of the book is that she is trying to find a fake groom to marry, and continue the ruse for all of her Instagram followers, the store's Instagram followers, so that they can make more money, because the rent on the shop is going up. So during the course of the book, she meets a guy named Blake, who she has a relationship with, and there's another guy named Raj, who she's really good friends with. And it's just, all she cared about was the business. That's all she cared about. She didn't care about hurting anybody's feelings. She didn't care about stringing anybody along. She didn't even tell the one guy till almost the end. And then the whole relationship part at the end was like so quick. I didn't like her at all. And that was my biggest issue with this book, is that I really didn't like her. This was not a romance, in my opinion. A romance has a happily ever after. And while there is a resolution in a way to the whole romance aspect of it, I don't want to give too much away if you guys want to read it. I actually ended up, like I said, I listened to it on audio, and I grabbed it from Scribd. It was available there. So even though I bought the ebook, I just listened to it on Scribd because it was there and it was available, and I thought, why not? If I had read this as an ebook, I don't think I would have gotten through it, because she just drove me crazy. So there is a resolution in a way to the relationship, but it's a happy for now, which, I mean, I'm fine with. And if that was it, that would be fine. But the fact that I didn't like her. So yeah, the other characters were nice. Blake, the one guy, no, not so much. Raj was a delight. Her sister Sophie and Sophie's wife, I cannot remember the wife's name, they were super cute as well. But I just thought the whole premise was absolutely ridiculous, in a way that it starts off with this fake Instagram post, and then snowballs into this whole wedding, where now she's got vendors like wanting to let her host the wedding here, because it's and it's all about saving the business, and look at how much money we're making, and blah 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 blah. And it's just it was shallow. That's what it was. It was very, very shallow, and I didn't like it. I did give it 2.5 stars because I thought the writing on it was quite good. The author is a very good writer. It's just, this wasn't a great story. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for right now. For an update, I am about to start Always the Last to Know by Kristen Higgins, so I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to continue this afternoon later on reading One Summer in Santorini, or Summer in Santorini by Sandy Baker. And I'm really enjoying that one so far as well. So I hope to be back tomorrow with another update. I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.
It's pretty windy, and the sky is looking quite ominous right now. I just thought I'd share a little bit of outside with you guys, so you get something a little bit different than just me sitting in front of a camera. But yeah, those clouds are looking pretty ominous. We could really use the rain, to be completely honest.
a good thunderstorm would probably be super fantastic right about now.
Hi guys, happy Friday. It's the 26th of June, and I am here to share with you guys a reading update of 2 books that I finished yesterday. Because why would I have popped on here yesterday? That's silly. It's just been, it's you know, I talked about it at my Friday reads that you guys will have seen this past Friday. The new job is going very well so far, but I am still in training. It's just been a couple days of training, but I don't know why I wasn't even there that long yesterday. I think it was like, what, 4 hours? We're doing like small bursts, excuse me, of training. And I mean, I wasn't there for very long, but I was still tired. It was like getting up, you know, getting dressed back into my work clothes again and heading off and stuff like that. So it's been good though. I really think I'm gonna like it there. So I apologize for the rubbish lighting. Like I said, it's about 9:30 at night, and the only light I have in this room is the overhead. And I'm sitting in front of the window just because it's the easiest for me to be able to rest the camera, so I don't have to strain my arm trying to hold it up, because I still don't have myself a selfie stick. I assure you my lips are not this purple. I'm not wearing some sort of weird lips or some, actually the color's pretty, from what I'm seeing in the camera, the color's not bad, but my lips are not purple. It's just, I think it's just the lighting in here. Also looks like I have huge, horrible dark circles under my eyes, and I do not. So I have, you can see a straw in the corner here. I have my Slurpee because I was in the mood for one this afternoon or tonight. So when Garrett and I went out and got Subway for dinner, I stopped at the 7-Eleven and got a Slurpee, which was delightful. So, trying to think of what else I have to share with you guys. Yeah, just work stuff. I've just been doing training. I go back in on Monday. So I think like right now it's like a part-time schedule. So I will not know week to week. I'm not going to be on a set schedule like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So next week it's just going to be during the week. And if they feel a need for it, we might be pulled in on a Sunday to do, because we're essentially doing phone calls. And oftentimes you can catch more people on the weekend. Although I did say, you know, perhaps Saturday, because Sunday tends to be family day for most people. At least for my family, it was always Sunday that we go for dinner, like to grandma's and stuff like that. So we'll see how that all plays out. But I am not the manager. So Monday I work, and I think I work Tuesday. Wednesday for sure I'm off because it's Canada Day, which is our version of the 4th of July. Actually, I joke about that all the time. Like last year when I was working for the other company and I was dealing with the Americans, when I was off on Canada Day, they're like, what the heck is Canada Day? And I ended up sending most of them this awesome video. I think I might have mentioned it to you guys last year, those of you who've been watching me for a while. I can't remember the comedian's name, but he's a Canadian comedian. It's like this 3-minute long video. I'll link it in the description box below if you guys are interested in seeing it. It is Canadians explaining Canada Day to Americans, and it's all tongue-in-cheek. It's all for fun. You know, there is no mocking involved. It's just essentially saying all the good things about Canada and the things that might be a little bit odd to some Americans. I remember sending it to my friend Nicole last year. She worked for the US side of the customer service team, and she's like, what? You guys have bagged milk? She thought it was so funny. So I'll leave that link below if you guys are interested in checking it out. But yeah, Wednesday's Canada Day, so I'll definitely be off then. So I might then be working Thursday, Friday. We shall see. It might just be Thursday, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, I'm absolutely cool with a part-time schedule. Essentially, it leaves me more time for reading. So yeah. Other than that, I don't have much else going on. We, where we live now, Toronto has opened up into phase 2, but where I live in Durham region, we were opened up phase 2 weeks ago, I think. So as soon as they opened up, I think it was a week ago Friday, my mom immediately went and got her hair cut. And yeah, it was last Friday because my mom went out to get her hair cut. So the only thing I've been itching to do is get my nails done. I know it's a frivolous thing, and I understand that. But I've really wanted them done. My nails are garbage, so it's kind of been bothering me. And you know, a lot of us have this. I need my eyebrows done badly. You guys probably can't tell, but they are horrible. So tonight when we went to Subway, right beside the Subway restaurant that we went to, there was a nail place. And I poked my head in the door and I said to the girl, I'm like, can I book something for tomorrow? Oh yeah, she says, no problem. So I'm going in tomorrow afternoon. I'm so excited. I know. Again, it's frivolous and I get that. But, you know, we need those little things that make us happy. Plus, we're supporting small businesses that have been closed since March. That's the way that I look at it too, right? A lot of these smaller places that, you know, might not have been able to really even afford to close, so, or be closed for that long. So anyway, so after I've been yammering on for about 5 minutes, let's get into the 2 books that I finished yesterday. So the first book that I finished yesterday was Always the Last to Know by Kristan Higgins. This is her newest women's fiction novel, and I went into it really not knowing much. I knew it was going to be a women's fiction. I knew it was a family story. So it's told in 4 different perspectives. It's 4 POVs, and it's a mother and a father and their 2 adult daughters. So the one daughter I think is in her 40s, the older of the 2, and she has 2 teenage, not teenagers, I think one's 12 and then one's like 10 or 8 or something like that. And she's about, I think, 12 years older than her sister, so she might be even in her mid 40s. And then the younger sister is in like her early to mid 30s. And so the older sister's name is Juliet and the younger one is Sadie. And the mother's name is Barb and the father is John. And at the very beginning of the book, it kind of lays the groundwork of, you know, what both sisters are like. The older sister is an architect. She's very much a go-getter. She married a super nice guy, has 2 great kids, beautiful home that she, of course, designed because she's an architect. And, you know, her life has been on a certain path, and she's been following that path, and she's like Superwoman, essentially. And the younger sister's kind of flitted through life in a way. She's living in New York. She's trying to be an artist, but right now she's teaching school. And, you know, so I'm not saying it's a certain personality type. I mean, she was my favorite character in the book, but Sadie, the younger sister. But, you know, that's how she was like described by her mom. And her mother is actually the mayor of the small town that they live in. For anyone who read Good Luck with That, which was her last book that came out last year, this takes place in the same small town. And so her mom's the mayor of this town, and she the stuff told from her perspective really, really bothered me at the beginning of the book. I had a very hard time with the first bit of this book because Barb was extremely harsh on her younger daughter. She did not, I'll be honest, seem to like her very much. And it reminds me of a saying I've heard before that, you know, you can love your children, but you don't necessarily have to like them all the time. And I can understand that. I'm sure that there were times my mother didn't like me very much, let's be realistic. But she just, even her adult daughter, just did not agree with her choices, she literally said that her older daughter was her favorite. And, you know, I maybe parents feel that way. I don't know. I'm not a parent. But it just seemed very, very harsh. So at the beginning of the book, the father has a massive stroke. And he ends up essentially, he's not going to pull through. Like that. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not that he passes away at the beginning, because he doesn't, but he's living within, in a way, his own head. And he is very much he can do things. He's got motor skills, like he can get up and down the stairs. He can help get himself dressed. He kind of knows how to feed himself and stuff like that, but his words, his voice, is gone. And you get perspective from him throughout the story, and it was heartbreaking to read him trapped inside his own mind. It was very difficult at parts to read, and very sad. So essentially the story plays out with the 4 members of this family learning secrets after the dad's stroke, and how to get along with each other, and, you know, things that they've been keeping from each other and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. Excuse me. I give it 4 stars. Thank you to, I believe it was Berkley is the publisher. So thank you to Berkley and NetGalley for an e-arc of this, but I did listen to it on audio. It is told in 4 different narrators, which is great. And I liked it. I did enjoy it. Though the only thing is that there was a great romance in here, and I don't want to give too much away for that part of it, but the romance part of it really made me miss Kristan Higgins's contemporary romance novels. You know, it made me want to go back and reread The Best Man, or Just One of the Guys, or something like that, because she does it so well. And I think that's why I love Sadie the most, because, you know, it's her, you kind of know right away, it's actually her romance. And that bit of it felt like an old school Kristan Higgins. And I really like that. And it really, really did make me miss those books by her. And I mean, write whatever you want. What she writes, everything that she writes, I do enjoy. But you know, if she feels so inclined to go back and write another contemporary, I would be super duper supportive of that. So the other book that I finished yesterday, speaking of contemporary romances, was One Summer in Santorini by Sandy Baker. And this was the first book in the Holiday in Love series, I think. So this is a series that follows two sisters, but there's 3 books. So the first book is this one, the one in Santorini, and it takes place, or it's the one sister Sarah's story. The second book, I think, takes place in Paris, and it's her sister Kat, or Catherine. Then the third book goes back to Sarah. So I have books 2 and 3 from NetGalley that I plan on getting to. You know, I'm thinking one in August and then maybe one in September or October. And I'm really, really looking forward to reading both of those. So this one, as I said, was Sarah's story. And she takes a trip after a breakup. She books this trip. And it's 10 days cruising around the Greek islands, starting in Santorini, on this little yacht with 6 other strangers, essentially. And it's a romance. And it was amazing. It was so location-based, it wasn't even funny. Like, the story was Greece. It was a love letter to Greece. It was the best way that I could possibly describe it. I was saying to my mom as I was reading the book, I was craving Greek food so badly. Every time you turn around, they were eating like feta and the tomatoes and, you know, the tzatziki, and it just all sounded so yummy. And you know, this is not a book you should read on an empty stomach, because you will start to get very, very hungry. And it was a really cute story. It was, in a way, a love triangle, because she's kind of has this friendship with the one guy on her cruise ship, and then she meets an older gentleman. So I'm not going to give anything away, but from my understanding, from what I read, is this is partially not a true story. It's based on the author's own personal experiences, to my understanding. So I'm not exactly sure, you know, how much of it is based in fact and how much of it isn't. It was really cute. It was really, really cute. I'm pretty sure this was her debut work. She is an Australian author as well, for those of you who might be interested. Sarah is Australian, the main character. She's from Sydney, and of course so is her sister. But the sister now lives in London. So the second book that I said takes place in Paris, you know, because I guess the sister's living in London, and then the third book goes back to Sydney. So yeah, it was really good, and I highly recommend that you pick it up. I absolutely loved it, and I was so thrilled reading it. It was just one of those books that just makes you happy. You know what I mean? Happy and hungry. Best way I could describe that book. So yeah, I highly encourage you to go ahead and pick it up. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this clip today. I'm trying to think. Tomorrow I'm hoping to finish a book. Actually, tomorrow I'm hoping to finish 2 more books. So I'll definitely be popping on tomorrow. I'll make sure of it. And then I should finish at least 1 more by Sunday. So that'll take me to 6 for the week. My original plan when I talked to you guys on Monday was to finish 8. I dropped 1, and then I've since dropped another one. You guys will have already seen my TBR video. It is going to go up tomorrow, Saturday. And I talk about the fact that I am pretty much laying down the Sweet Valley High series. I'm just not in the mood to read it, so that was the next book I planned on reading. So it's not getting read, so it's one of the ones that's getting dropped. And c'est la vie. Believe me, no skin off my nose. I just was not in the mood for that cattiness, essentially. But yeah, so I'm rambling at this point. I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Hi, guys. In the immortal words of Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. I was editing the video, or editing the vlog, and I realized that I completely forgot to mention a book in the vlog. And that was Summer at Lake Haven by Rayanne Thayne. I finished that one a couple days ago. I'm filming this on Sunday. This is Sarah of the Future, and I don't remember exactly what day. I could look back, you know, on Goodreads, on my notes and whatever. But anyway, so I finished Summer at Lake Haven. I gave it 4 stars. For some reason, I remember talking about it, but maybe the clip was deleted. It would not surprise me, because sadly, I tend not to look at the clips until I'm editing them, like when I transfer them over, because sometimes I'll start and stop and whatever. The Goran is here with me. That was attractive. He just ate. Sorry about that, you guys. But anyway, so I did finish Summer at Lake Haven. And like I said, I think I gave it 4 stars. It was really cute. It was book 11 in the Haven Point series. and it is the story of Samantha and Ian. And Samantha is a wedding dress designer and seamstress, and Ian is in town for his sister's wedding. He is here from England with his 2 children. His wife passed away a year or so ago, and he is holding a secret about being a duke. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys, it was cute. It was fun. It was, you know, I mean, it was enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I had it from NetGalley, so thank you to Harlequin and to NetGalley for sending me an eARC to listen or to review. I did listen to it on audio, and you know, it was a cute summer story. I really don't have a lot to say about it, to be completely honest, because it was fun. It was Rayanne Thane. I mean, she does these so well. This Haven Point series is so delightfully adorable. The small town is great. You get to see all these other characters. I really did like the 2 kids, Ian's 2 kids. They were so adorable. You know, proper British, adorable little children. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. And of course, you know, like, is it going to be a long distance relationship? Is he going to go back to England? Is he going to stay? You know, really, really cute. Highly recommend. Very much enjoyed it.
Hi guys, happy Saturday. It's the 27th of June and it's about, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I am not coming to you with a reading update right now. What I actually have is a little book haul, because I did place an order with Amazon a day or so ago, yesterday actually, and I got it today. Thank you very much, Amazon Prime. And then my husband and I were out earlier today, and I went to the thrift store, and I got a couple books there. So I do not have a reading update right now. I don't have my book finished yet. I've been like busy today. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, or no, I'm hoping I'll actually be on later tonight with a wrap up of a book, but it might not be until tomorrow. We shall see. So I think I'm actually going to save the package, and I'm going to open up from my bag from the thrift store. I bought the bag for $1. I thought you can always use a reusable bag, you know what I mean? So again, I'm sitting a bit far from the camera, like more than I usually do. I have it propped up on my window, so I'm literally just using natural light right now, you guys. I hope that's cool with everybody. But yeah, I didn't find a lot at the thrift store. I could have grabbed a stack of Harlequins because they had so many, but I now know what store it is that carries them because I couldn't remember. There's one of the Value Villages in my area that carries a ridiculous amount of Harlequins, and it's that one. So I might go back next week or the week after, we shall see. I want to get all the Harlequins I have onto my shelves first and get them all organized before I start bringing more of those ones in. But I did buy a cute new pair of shoes. Aren't they cute? They're like $7. Gotta love that. And a nice short little heel. I find the older I get, the less I actually want to wear heels. So let's get into the book. So I only got 5 of them from this, and then I have 2 in the Amazon package. So, let me just get these out of the bag here, and I can show them to you guys. So, I'm very happy with all of them. I'm super stoked. So first off, we'll put the bag back over there for right now. I ended up getting A Notorious Vow by Joanna Shupe. I think I might have this on ebook, but I'm not absolutely certain. This is part of the 400 series, which I believe is... Joanne Shupe tends to write her Regencies set in New York City or in America. So this one I'm very interested in reading. I've had my eye on this series for a little while. Again, I don't remember if this is the first one. It might be, but I'm not absolutely certain, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I saw it there. The next one, I'll stick with the romance first. I found this Debbie Maycomer. It's Hannah's List. It's a hardcover, you guys. Isn't that exciting? So yeah, it's really pretty. Really good condition too. So the cool thing is that at Value Village, and I think it's the same at Savers in the US, if they're up to a certain price point, then they're so much money. So if the book retail for more than $14.99, it's $5.99 for the book. But I think if it's like $10 to $14 or something like that, then it's only $4.99. So on the back of this book, this came from a used bookstore originally. So there's a sticker here from a used bookstore that says $10. So the girl at the cash actually gave it to me for the price as if it was a $10 hardcover. So that's pretty awesome. I have not read this one. I do not know if this is part of the Blossom Street series. But yeah, I mean, I like a good Debbie Macomber. These are great and sweet and wonderful books, and it's a hardcover, so I thought that was pretty spectacular. Then I picked up this one by Jennifer Weiner, which I read her autobiography. Is that what it would have been? Yeah, because she wrote it. It was more like a series of essays about her life growing up, but I've never read one of her books. I have a couple of them, but I haven't read any of them. And then I saw this one, which is, I believe it was her first one. It's In Her Shoes, and I really love the edition. I think it's gorgeous. I know I've seen a lot of them with the movie tie-in edition cover, and I just don't like those at all. I'm sorry. So I ended up picking up this one, and it's in fantastic condition. So I'm looking forward to eventually getting to this one. For any of you who have read this one, do let me know what your thoughts were on it, because like I said, I believe this is her first book, but don't quote me. And then I got two Cozy Mysteries. I saw these sitting on the shelf, and I really love the editions, and I would love to get all of these books in these editions, or in like these trade paperback size, because they're gorgeous. So the first one, and again, I do not know what order these go in the series. They're not in the greatest of condition, but I do like the editions. So we have got Plum Pudding Murder by Joanne Fluke. This is a book in the Hannah Swenson series. This is a holiday one, clearly. But I love these big mass market big trade paperbacks, excuse me. And then the other one is Apple Turnover Murder, and the cover is actually like holographic. I kind of love it. So yeah, this one looks really cute too. I don't know, it's not a holiday one. I thought it might have been just because of the special cover, but it's not. Again, I don't know. Now on the corner here, somebody wrote the number 14, so I don't know whether or not this is the 14th book in the series. I know I haven't read either of these yet. I'm almost certain I haven't read either of these yet. No, I have not read either of these ones yet, so I will get to them eventually. But yeah, I just love the editions, and I'm going to have to like hunt out the rest of them and see if I can find them maybe at thrift books or something like that. So let me know if you guys know anywhere where I can find more of these, because even for the ones that I've already read, I wouldn't mind getting these editions of them because they're really super cute. So that is the used books. And then we get on to the Amazon package. So I ordered these books. I got two, sorry. They're so pretty. So I got both of them because I had heard a lot of people talking about the one book. And when I looked it up on Goodreads, it's actually the second book in a series. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to get the second book, I might as well get the first book as well. And I really love the representation in this of a curvy girl. Because you do not see that very often at all. Let's be honest, you know. Where is a, like, you're getting some cute little skinny, you know. We've all seen romance book covers, right? But I saw this one making the rounds on Instagram, and a lot of people were saying how much they enjoyed the second book. I haven't heard much about the first book, but I am very interested. I'm going to read them in order. But my friend Izzy over at Happy for Now, I'll leave a link to her her channel in the description box below. When I mentioned the fact to our Voxer group, our romance Voxer group, that I had bought these, she was like, I'm so excited that you got the one of them. So the first one in the series is Teach Me, and this is by Olivia Dade. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this size book. Their lesson plans didn't include love, but that's about to change. I love it. I absolutely love it. I have no idea how spicy these are or anything at all like that. I think this might be self-published. So totally worth it to get a self-published book. Copyright by Olivia Dale. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is self-published, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so I'm very, very much looking forward to this one. This one will be really good. But the one that a lot of you are going to recognize is 40 Love by Olivia Dade. Olivia Dade, excuse me. So yeah, tennis one, clearly. And this match is no game. I love it. And like the spines, I had to own these like in physical format because like, look at how they're going to sit on my shelf. Oh, sorry, it's really bright. But look at the sides. And I just love the little, oh, I love it. Yeah, I really do think that these are self-published. So congrats to the author, and I'm so super stoked. I really hope I like them. I have heard nothing but good things about them, so I think these will be really, really spectacular. So anyway, so that was my little mini book haul, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully talk to you later this afternoon, tonight, when I finish the audiobook that I'm currently listening to.
Hi guys, happy Sunday. It is the 29th, it's the 28th of June, and it is about 6:30 at night. So sorry about the light right now. As I've mentioned before, there's a tree right out this window. 6:30 at night, the sun is beaming into this room, so the lighting's not going to be the greatest. I have had a very, very lazy Sunday. I have actually had the Sunday blues for the first time in about 3 months, and it's a thing. All I kept thinking was, oh my gosh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know, not that I was worried about work or stressed out about work or anything at all like that, but still, when it's something that you haven't had to worry about for months and months, now all of a sudden you've got to worry about it. And then I just got a message from my manager a few hours ago saying they're still trying to set up some stuff that we're going to need for the call center, and it's not ready yet. So I did work Thursday and Friday, as you guys know, but I'm actually not going in tomorrow. I will be going in on Tuesday, so bonus on that one. So I have kind of an extra day to relax, which is kind of nice. So I've had a very chill, very relaxing day today. I did not do really anything. I went out and got coffee this morning, and then I went out later and got a Slurpee. We do have liquids at this house that I could potentially drink, but it's Sunday. I was being lazy. So I am here, of course, with my final clip for this vlog. I am editing the clips I already have for this vlog, so I'm hoping to get it posted tonight, so it'll go up first thing tomorrow for you guys. So yeah, no makeup or anything today. Like I said, it's lazy and it's kind of nice, you know? So today I just finished, that's why I'm sitting down now. I just finished reading The Waffle House on the Pier by Tilly Tennant. I'm giving this one 4 stars. I have not sat down yet and done all my updates on Goodreads and all that stuff yet because, like I said, I'm editing a vlog. And if I try and do more than one thing on my laptop, it loses its ever-loving mind and it just shuts down completely. So I have to just kind of let it edit and do its thing. So, yeah, The Waffle House on the Pier by Tilly Tennant. This is Garrett must be in the hallway. This is a standalone, and it was a NetGalley, so thank you to Bookouture, I believe is the publisher, and NetGalley for sending me an e-arc copy of this one to review. I gave it 4 stars. It was super duper cute. I just adore Tilly Tennant's books. I mean, I really like them. Like, they're not necessarily big 5-star rated books or anything at all like that, but I find they're exactly what I want. They are that great mix of humor and heart and family and friends, and the dialogue is great, the characters are great. So this is the story of Sadie, and she lives in a small community off the coast of England, like on the English coast, must be in the south, called Sea Salt Bay. And her grandparents, who immigrated from America to England, opened up this place called the Waffle House on the pier. At the very, very beginning of the book, so this is not giving anything away, and I'm pretty sure it says it on the back of the book too, is that Sadie's grandpa passes away suddenly. I don't think they said from what, but it's probably a heart attack or something like that. So her granny is left to run the Waffle House by herself, but she can't. She's a pensioner, she's older, it's a lot of work for her. So Sadie, who had been wanting to leave this small community from the time that she was young, because her older sister ended up leaving and going to New York, and she's now working on Broadway, and her older brother stayed in town, and her parents live in town, and the only way you can really have a job in town is by working within the tourism industry, because that's kind of what this town does. So Sadie went away to school to become a teacher, and she's still kind of like, right now it sounds like she's a teacher's assistant. So she needs to make the decision to decide to stay maybe in town after her grandfather's death and help her grandmother run the Waffle House. And that's pretty much the premise of the story. There is dealing with this new guy in town. There's also dealing with her ex, who has a girlfriend, and there's a little kind of a romance thing going on there. But yeah, these are just so delightful. Sadie's got some great friends, Georgina and Natalie. And her siblings are really fun. Her parents are really fun. Her granny is a hoot. I really loved her. And yeah, this was just literally, you know, you see them on Amazon, and it kind of bugs me when I see this. They'll have like the title be like the feel-good book of 2020. Please don't put that in the description, publishers. It's really annoying. It bothers me. I don't know why. But this one truly was. It really is a great, I mean, look at the cover, you guys. It is a great summertime read. Highly, highly enjoyable. I absolutely recommend it. I recommend Tilly Tennant if you have not read her before. It is clean romance, so you're not getting any adult content. You might get a little bit of swearing in this one, but it's nothing too, you know, out there. This is something that I always like to put it on this scale. this is definitely the kind of book that I would have happily given my grandmother to read, and she probably would have really enjoyed it. So yeah, so that is the last book for this week, you guys. So as I like to do in these videos, I'm going to show you guys my knitting and then go through, of course, my minis that I need to open for this week. So originally I had planned to finish 8 books this week. I finished 5, which is still good. It's still good. And I mean, I started a new job, so hello. I mean, granted, I only worked like 5 hours. But I think it was still on my mind. I was starting a new job, and it's nerve-wracking, and you don't know if you're going to get along with the other people, and yada, yada, yada. So I finished 5, so we have 2 more days left in June, and I plan to finish 3 books in those 2 days. So one of them I've already started, which is Puppy Love by Lucy Gilmore. I'm listening to that one on audio, and as of today, I'm halfway through it. So no problem, I'll finish that one tomorrow. And then I plan on listening to, I think it's called Strangers in the Night by Heather Graham, which is my last audiobook of the month, and it's only 6 hours long. So in my speed, I'll listen to it in 3 hours. So that one I should have no problem getting done either. And then my last like physical print book or whatever is going to be Stranger in the Lake by Kimberly Bell. I did pick up a print copy of this. It's been a day, you guys. My brain has been elsewhere today. I did pick this up at Walmart for 40% off. I did get an e-arc from the publisher, so this is a NetGalley read as well. But I saw the book and I thought the cover was really pretty. And at 40% off, why not? I think it was like $12. So it says, in her small town, she knows everybody's name, but not their secrets. So it sounds like it's going to be a thriller. It says domestic suspense. Absolutely superb. Kimberly Bell is the queen of domestic suspense, and Stranger in the Lake is her darkest, most hypnotic work to date. It comes in at under 350 pages. It's not very long. So I'm thinking over 2 days, I will definitely be able to get this read. Yeah, I'm super, super excited about ending. You know, I had that really light, fluffy kind of read with the Waffle House book, and let's get into something a little bit darker for the end of June. So this one should be good. So those are like the start of next week. So I will talk about those tomorrow as well when I start the new vlog for next week. But as I said, let me show you guys my knitting. So I think what I'm going to do first is I will show you the knitting, and then I'm going to open the minis. And I think that's the way I like doing it better that way. So it's kind of hard because I'm partway through a row because I do this to myself every time. But I am working on the Harvest sweater by Tin Can Knits. This is a cardigan, and I'm actually knitting it in a way with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads because she's knitting it one as well for herself. And this is my 3rd time knitting this cardigan. I think I mentioned this to you guys last week. This is her first time knitting a sweater, so I'm kind of, she's actually further ahead than I am, so that's cool. So last week when I showed you guys, I was there. There's my little, bought myself in the nose. There's my stitch marker. So essentially, this is a free pattern, so I can totally tell you guys exactly, because you're gonna think, oh, that's different. So you cast on and you knit straight down, and you do this this panel right here, this big panel right here. And you put on what is called a provisional cast on. So you leave live stitches there, and then you take off the provisional cast on. It's, to those of you who don't knit, you're not going to understand what I mean. But then you go and you pick up stitches all along the edge here, and then now, so this is the collar, right? So, come here. So this is the collar that goes around your neck, right? Like, so as if you were going to pull it over your head. And then now I'm just building out for the sleeves and stuff like that. Next week you'll really be able to see exactly what it looks like. I don't want to fiddle with it too much because I don't want it to fall off the needles. But so far I'm really enjoying it. So like I said, this is the 3rd time I've knit this sweater. The first time I knit this was my first sweater. And I knit it for my grandmother, and it was horrible. And God love her, she still wore it all the time. And then I knit another one for a baby. A friend of mine was having a baby. Because this pattern comes in sizes infant to 4XL adult. So yeah, you could, like I said, think I said last week, you could knit one for every member of your family. But gray is a nice neutral. I like gray, so I can wear it with everything. So that is that project. I will put it over there. Goran, hold on to that for me. I don't think you can see him. He's just like right here. And then the blanket. And I think I put 7 squares in the blanket last week. Let's count and see. So this is, in case you're new, the sock yarn blanket that I am working on, and it is epic. I've been working on it for about 4 or 5 years now. I think I'm at 490 squares in the blanket. So that's that was the last one I put in last week. So I added this one, which is the Tweety one. Right there. Really pretty. That one's striped, you guys. I was talking about this one that I was really interested to see what the color looked like. It ended up striping. Very cool. Then there's this pretty teal and blue one. A lovely purple. Then we have this one, which I really like. And this one, which is actually, this colorway is called Bacon. Garrett had a full-size skein of this, and I had it in a mini. So yeah, that one was fun. And then I love this one. So summery. So yeah, so those are the 7 that I added in last week. So like I said, there's 480 squares in the blanket. It is massive, absolutely massive. And I know I show this to you guys every week, but you know, I'm super, super happy with it. So let me open up the minis for this week. So again, if you're new, I open up and add a new square to the blanket for every single book that I read every week, or just every single book that I read. So, and I'm trying to do that all year. I've been kind of doing it since January. I think I missed a couple of them, but it's kind of nice it's a nice way to get me to add squares, because if not, I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't pick it up as often as I am. So that's really good. So I'm going to try and do this again in order of me finishing them. So the first book that I read was, where am I looking? Love at First Like by Hannah Orenstein. I did not like this one, you guys. 2.5 stars. The main character was shallow. I just really, really didn't like it. Ooh, but I like the yarn. That's always a bonus. So this is Wool Mice, and I have no idea what the colorway is. It's written in German. So there it is. But it looks almost Christmassy, right, guys? Let me see if I can get that to focus better. So it's like reds and greens and yellows. It's very pretty. I quite like it. Very nice. So there is that first one. And then, yeah, so that was, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Come on, refocus. There we go. Yay. So the narrator on that one was Rebecca Ross, because I did listen to it on audio. And I would consider it to be a chick lit contemporary romance. I think I said in my vlog, like earlier in the vlog, that it really wasn't a romance per se. It didn't have a happily ever after, but it had a happy for now. And I meant to say that, and I don't think I just edited that clip, so I remembered that. So yeah, I wanted to mention that to you guys. So that was that one. And then I finished One Summer in Santorini by Sandy Baker, which I loved. I gave it 4.5 stars. It is book number 1 in the holiday romance series, and it was, of course, a contemporary romance. Delightful. I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick the covers up here, but oh gosh, it was so good, you guys, so good. So what do we have for that one? Ooh, pretty. There we go. There it is. I knit a pair of socks out of this. This is, I can see the logo for her yarn shop in my head. Owl something? Night Owl Fibers. Night Owl Fibers. And I believe this was obviously from a sock yarn blank. I can tell because the yarn is all kinked up, because it was in a big, it was already knitted, and then you unraveled it to knit the socks. I knit socks out of this. And I believe the colorway was Fuzzy Peach. Perfect. Love that one very, very much. So then I read this over here. Always the Last to Know by Kristen Higgins. Excuse me, hiccups. 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one. This was from NetGalley, so thank you to Berkeley again and NetGalley for the e-arc of this one. It came out in June of this year, and June of 2020. And the narrators on this one were Laura Merrilgan, A.B. Ruminate, Exie Sands, and Graham Winton. Fantastic job, and this was a women's fiction novel. Really, really enjoyed it. Really good. And if you follow Kristen Higgins on Instagram, you will see that she broke her wrist this week. Poor thing. She said, I don't know what it was, what the details was. I don't think she's divulged it. But she said that she was trying something. What did she put in her post? Try something new, they said. It'll be fun, they said. And she's in the hospital with a broken wrist. Like, everybody's curious as to what it was that she was doing. I know I am. I got purple, another purple. This is Colinette Jitterbug is the yarn company name, and it's called Purple Passion is the colorway. Very nice and bright. And then I finished Summer at Lake Haven by Rayanne Thane. I gave this one 4 stars as well. Another NetGalley read. Thank you to both Harlequin and NetGalley for an e-arc of this one to read. This also came out in June of 2020, just this month. Book number 11 in the Haven Point series. I did listen to this one on audio. I did pick up an audio copy from Audible. Narrated by Vanessa Johansson. And this was, of course, a contemporary romance novel. So let's open that one up. Ooh. This one kind of goes well with the cover. Those blues and greens, isn't that gorgeous? That is really pretty. I think this is already somewhere in the blanket. I think it's like a secondary, so yeah, very nice. And then last but not least, I just finished The Waffle House on the Pier by Tilly Tennant. 4 stars. Pretty sure it's going to be 4 stars. I wouldn't go any lower than 4 stars. And it was also from NetGalley. So again, thank you to Book Auteur and NetGalley for an e-arc. It came out in June of 2020, and it was a chick lit novel, and I really, really liked it. So let's see what yarn we got for it. Ooh, pretty. It's another kind of Christmassy one, isn't it? The reds and the greens. Very nice. So we're bookended by Christmas colors this month, or this week. So yeah. So that's it, you guys. That is all that I have for this vlog. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. I have no idea how long it is at this point. I'm going to work on editing it now and getting it all edited and edited. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. And work some more on my sweater. Maybe start adding some minis to my blanket. And I will check in with you guys. I'll start the new vlog tomorrow. And also coming this week for videos. There's a video, this video will go up on Monday. There is a special announcement video going up on Tuesday. And then Wednesday will be my digital book haul, which I know a lot of you have been looking forward to. So I got that all prepared. I'm going to film that tomorrow. And then on Saturday will be my wrap up for the month of June. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.